Your smart speaker probably isn't the most invasive device in your house. That's the claim. The defense says your connected home only reacts to commands. The prosecution argues something else entirely, that every movement, routine, and pattern gradually becomes valuable behavioral data. Before we convict that idea, we need to separate what today's technology demonstrably does from the larger assumptions people quietly make about living in connected spaces. Evidence first. Researchers increasingly describe data as something broader than names, emails, or search history. Modern sensing systems can infer occupancy, movement, routines, and environmental patterns without recording obvious personal content. That doesn't automatically mean surveillance in the dramatic sense, but it does mean physical behavior itself has become measurable in ways that barely existed a decade ago. Now consider the uncomfortable question. When companies advertise convenience, what exactly are they optimizing? Lights that anticipate your arrival, thermostats that learn your schedule, occupancy detection, sleep tracking, energy monitoring. Each feature solves a genuine problem. Yet every improvement depends on observing increasingly detailed patterns. Convenience and observation aren't competitors. They're often the same process. Here's where the evidence becomes more nuanced. Some devices process information locally. Others rely heavily on cloud infrastructure. Privacy policies differ. Regulations differ. Companies differ. So the claim that every smart home continuously exports every intimate detail would be overstated. But the incentive structure clearly rewards collecting enough behavioral information to make products more predictive, personalized, and commercially valuable. One fascinating idea comes from discussions around data sovereignty. Originally, that conversation focused on communities maintaining meaningful control over information that represents them. The principle raises a broader philosophical question for everyone else. If physical routines generate economic value, who should ultimately control that value? The homeowner? The platform? Or whoever operates the infrastructure behind the scenes? Notice what this argument does not prove. It does not prove malicious intent. It does not prove that engineers designed products to invade people's lives. It does suggest that once behavioral information exists, powerful incentives emerge to analyze it, improve products with it, and potentially monetize insights derived from it. That's an economic observation more than a conspiracy. The format of today's connected home quietly changes expectations. We used to think privacy meant keeping conversations secret. Increasingly, privacy also means controlling patterns. When you wake up, when rooms are occupied, how frequently doors open, how temperature changes throughout the day, even which routines repeat often enough to become predictable. Those patterns can reveal far more than isolated moments. The prosecution would argue this creates the impression that consumers exchange biological autonomy for automation. That's a provocative statement, so let's test it. Most users knowingly trade some information for useful services. What's far less obvious is whether they understand the full chain of inference modern analytics can build from seemingly ordinary household signals. Governments have also entered the conversation through the language of data sovereignty, national security, and digital infrastructure. Those debates are often about states rather than individual households, but they expose the same underlying reality. Data has become strategic. If nations compete over controlling information, should ordinary families think more carefully about controlling theirs? So where does the verdict land? Smart homes aren't automatically dystopian. They genuinely save energy, improve accessibility, and simplify daily life. But the strongest version of the criticism survives cross-examination. The more intelligently a home understands you, the more comprehensively it must observe you. That's not sensationalism. It's the design logic behind adaptive technology. Case adjourned, but not closed. The next generation of connected devices will make this debate even harder because the technology will become more invisible while the inferences become more sophisticated. If you enjoy reviews that challenge the assumptions hiding underneath everyday technology, instead of simply celebrating new gadgets, subscribe. The next verdict may change how you see the products you already trust.